Yeah, good luck, NWA.
Speaking of luck, this company needs no luck. That is the King of Sports, New Japan Pro Wrestling, and Stardom. I do
Oh
find it
boy.
funny. I find it funny, like the English speaking New Japan and the Japanese speaking New Japan do not see eye to eye at all. Like
No.
Japanese are like, I'm putting my hat sideways so you know that I'm Japanese. Japanese are like, dude, we are fucking crumbling. We have to make a comeback.
Just
There's
use
no
the
fucking
voice.
way. I'm not using the
If
voice.
you use the voice, I'll know
American.
it's
All
you.
right, I'll be American. Yeehaw! Nothing stops New Japan. It's the
You
best in
are
the world.
American. You
Yeah,
can just
well,
talk like your normal jackass self, and you nail it every time.
100%.
But if you want to be Japanese, you have to use the Japanese voice. It's
But
not rocket appliances.
New Japan Stardom teaming up together, and they're gonna
Did
have
you just
more
say
kosher.
New Japan
I
Stardom?
did. I
Because if
stuttered.
so, I'm stoked for this New Japan Rick and Morty
I
crossover.
stuttered.
New Japan. No, it's
I'm
not a
glad you
stutter.
pointed it out, you jerk. Anyway,
Yeah, I did.
New Japan. It's the fucking
New
newest
Japan.
company. They're making a comeback here. Working on it, and they're gonna have a couple.
Don't you remember New Man?
Exactly. All right, so
did it all to
Bushiroad
me.
president and CEO says when the IWGP Women's Championship was established, boo. I said that I would like to hold the New Japan Stardom about 6 times a year with a balance of overseas. It looks like it will be possible this year. Tokyo Dome, New Japan in January. Yay! San Jose, New Japan in February. Boo! New Japan. Oh, Yokohama. Hello, April. Yeah. So they have it all listed out. Dallas, boo. Yeah, we got to Yokohama and Tokyo. Not bad. The rest, screw you. But that was a big thing with me is just that, hey, there shouldn't be an IWGP championship. It should only be the Stardom championship, and Stardom should have access to it. And I'm hoping that Noah follows that through with TJPW. But outside of that, this is all good news. It's all good news. I just wish the IWGP title did not exist. I just think the Stardom champion should be the best champion. That's it. So I'd be super excited, and it will get guys that pretend to watch women's wrestling to watch women's wrestling. Because, you know,
Doubtful.
I'm doubtful, yeah, probably. But
The only way they're watching women. Listen, let's be honest. The only way most of the people that I as the guy who's making all the damn thumbnails
yeah,
and seeing the results, the only way most of these people are watching women's wrestling is if you have them start wrestling in thongs.
maybe, and that's sad.
I'm just saying I bet you they love Sky Blue as one of their favorite AEW wrestlers.
Because my thing is, there's a place where you can find sexy time,
Sorry, Sky
but
Blue.
you also want to see like some of the best female wrestlers in the world.
They're perverts. They want to
I
see the
know.
best wrestlers in thongs.
But I don't even think they want to see the best wrestlers. I think they want to be justified in being perverts.
I do too.
It's
I mean,
like,
come on. You remember when we had to talk about was it Stardom? One of the Joshi. It might have been Tokyo Joshi Pro. One of the Joshi promos, basically having a whole thing where they were trying to get guys to stop taking and posting creeper pictures of their
oh
wrestlers.
yeah. It is kind
So,
of
I
weird
mean,
and sad.
Yeah, people are just straight b-holes.
Because like the thing is, they're people doing that for free. Like why degrade them? I don't know. My
Yeah,
thing
it's
is,
crazy.
and I guess I don't know. I wouldn't care if I was having heart surgery if my doctor was a woman, and I wouldn't care how hot she was. I'd just be like, can this bitch do heart surgery? Same thing with like wrestling. I don't think you have to look like $1 million to be a great female wrestler. I don't know. I feel like there's a lot of phony balonies. That's what I'm saying. Little phony balonies there. I think you want to justify being a pervert. Hey, dude, just be a pervert. I say go all in on the perverts or like women's wrestling. I don't think you should. I don't think you should be in between. I don't think you should be in between. I think there's
Just like
pervert
women.
time and there's women's wrestling time.
Though
Okay?
I can understand not really caring about women's wrestling to a degree in some promotions. It's not really booked consistently at anywhere near the level of the men's.
Yeah.
You're lucky if you have one consistent good storyline running for their gender in all of wrestling at a time in North American promotions.
And that's what scares me about TJPW and Noah's women's men division, and the same thing with New Japan and Stardom. I just feel like there's women's divisions where you can go and watch women kick ass and put on the best show they can, or you can get lost in the shuffle. It's one of those things. Do you want to be the main event and a star? Because when we went to Wrestle Kingdom, the first thing that was sold out was all of Stardom stuff. So it's like there's fan base, there's people supporting it. I don't know. I think the IWGP title or GHC women's title is an insult to the women that became stars on their own. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's like, to me, like, the IWGP title will always be number one in most people's hearts. But fuck that, dude. Stardom's the real champ. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah. If I think women's wrestling in the world, for a long time to me, it's been Stardom.
Yeah. I would say Stardom is number one, followed by TJPW, but I don't watch enough Eve. And maybe there's a couple other indies. I don't watch enough Ice Ribbon. I don't watch enough. Out of the ones I watched, let's say that.
Yeah.
Out of the ones I watched,
and we both
Stardom,
like
TJPW. Yeah, and
Let's
I want
go.
to see where that goes. Miami. I'm a little nervous though because I was kind of pumped up for it, but then you're like, you gotta wait till December in Miami. I'm like, I got.
Well, I mean,
to
it's
do.
new, so I get it. They had
Yeah.
one show, waited to see how it did, and then it seems like they're taking a very measured approach, and I respect it.
Yeah. I just know I don't know about you, but I know when part 2 comes out, I'm rewatching part 1.
Yeah.
Maybe it'll be like, remember, maybe they'll like be the female version of Ring of Honor. Do you remember Ring of Honor didn't run shows that often in the beginning?
Yeah, but they'd have the great packages.
Yeah, and they would have super cards for the time.
That was what I actually used to love about Ring of Honor was the packages.
Yeah.
It's one of the main things that I hate that AEW doesn't do. That like you bought ROH and you don't do that. Just do it.
Yeah, have some
So
video
good.
packages and stuff.
Yeah, do them for every pay-per-view as a lead into the matches. It's such a great way to get people excited.
That's one thing WWE does really good. And
it works as a cooler too.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
It gives people time to cool. I don't know, man. It's nuts. They don't.
It's weird because it cools you down while pumping you up at the same time.
Yes.
It's kind of a weird situation and all that, but like here's an example. I watched NXT this week for the first time in forever, and there was no video package for the women's tournament. I didn't know who those fucking women were. What the fuck am I watching here? So yeah, I think, and here's the thing too. I think if you have video packages between especially pay-per-views, but if you have enough video packages, they don't have to be long. They don't have to be 3 minutes of fucking black and white dancing around. But do like a 1-minute video why this fucking matters, and then bam, put it up there. I think that
and not only that, but there's so many different ways they could do it too. Like you could do that like back and forth, like interviewing, like cutting back and forth between the two guys, like the UFC's done, like that sort of a thing. You could do like cutting it, just chopping up the different angles, building to it. There's different ways you could do it to keep it interesting too. But you can absolutely spare an extra like 2 to 5 minutes before a match to get people more hyped for it. And like it being a cooler that also hypes you. To me, it's a well done video package before the match is like that static moment where you can feel the electricity in the air right before something big. You know what I mean?
No.
It gets you buzzing. Like you're like, ooh, I can't wait for this. But you're not losing your shit.
Yeah, no, and I completely agree. And yeah, they should just do it more often. And plus, when it comes to storylines, if you don't have a storyline, the video package could be your storyline. It will cover up storylines, or it explains storylines to newer fans, so you don't have to repeat the same thing over and over on commentary, or you have to rely on commentary. Because I think AEW's commentary has really, not on purpose, but really shit or poo-pooed on storylines by just not putting it over.
Not putting them over. Yeah.
Like
It
Rusev,
seems like they don't know about the stories sometimes. Except Excalibur is money.
Yeah. But when it comes to New Japan Stardom, great to see it happening. Hopefully we bounce back. I just want to see the King of Sports be the King of Sports. And Stardom, I think most people believe Stardom is the best females wrestling organization going today. A little shout out to TJPW. I think they're a lot closer than people give them credit to. But overall, and on this, the IWGP Championship, in my eyes, will never beat the TJPW or Stardom titles.
Agreed.
That's
Agreed.
so. Yeah.
The only promotion I think that could have really that had there was the window's gone, by the way, I'll say. But there was a window where I genuinely think TNA Impact, if they dropped to the men's rosters and went all in on their knockout division, they could have been a contender for top women's promotion.
Oh yeah, they had a lot of great women come through Impact.
Yeah, I think they had a window where they could have become the go-to premier women's division, women's promotion for America, and one of the top in the world, and they just like fucked on it.
Yeah. So it should be interesting. All right, here we go, boys. Last one.